WBON-TV is here outside the Jackson County Courthouse where the preliminary hearing for Lonnie Belt, who is accused of murdering a 5-year-old, just let out.
All this month, get up to $50 off any Android smartphone from Appalachian Wireless. Any Android you desire. All $50 off with 2-year agreement. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless and East Kentucky Network Company.
We spoke to Sheriff Paul Hayes about this, who could comment very little because Kentucky State Police actually has jurisdiction on the case. We also spoke to Kentucky State Trooper Robert Purdy about the case, who explained the charges that were brought against Lonnie Belt by Kentucky State Police and the search for the young boy.
Jessica Durham was located and rescued at the bottom of an 80-foot cliff near Sparks Ridge Road in Jackson County. Jessica was able to describe to the troopers how she and her son, James Spoonamore, he was 5 years old, were assaulted and kidnapped by Lonnie Belt of McKee. Jessica explained how she last saw her son, James, with their kidnapper as she was allegedly forced over a cliff by Mr. Belt. Lonnie was found, and he was later taken into custody and charged with assault first degree, kidnapping of an adult, kidnapping of a minor, and tampering with physical evidence. We had helicopters, Kentucky State Police helicopters, we had horseback, we had canine units, and several volunteers. And that search was came to a conclusion about 9:30 a.m. on September the 11th, whenever the body, James Spoonamore, was located. Following finding James, Lonnie Belt was also charged with murder. He has been lodged in the Jackson County Detention Center.
Kentucky State Police detectives testified that Belt did in fact beat Spoonamore to death with a metal object today in court, as to leave no witnesses to the beating of the child's mother. The murder weapon, the metal pipe, has not been located. The murder case is now being waived to a grand jury as the judge decided there is enough evidence against Belt to send the case off. He is now being held on a $1 million bond.
His mother is home from the hospital. She is recuperating fairly well. I had a chance to speak to her just personally and let her know that people were still concerned about her and very sorry for what happened. We're all hurting because of the loss of such an innocent child that has done nothing to anyone. And so the community has really been struggling with this as a whole. But we have come together, and the proof of that would have been the hundreds and hundreds of people who were out looking, trying to find this young man before we found out that he had passed. Everything that could have been done was done to find that young man. And we're hurting because we didn't want him to be found as we found him. But we're coming together, and we're going to see this thing through, and we just hope that justice is done and that the right thing happens regarding this crime. We believe it will, and ultimately we'll be able to put this behind us and move forward.
Sheriff Hayes says the mother is out of the hospital and is beginning to recuperate. For WBON-TV here in McKee, I'm Marissa Hempel.